And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the final matchup here in the South Gym tonight in the winner's bracket, where the Lake Forest Scouts are taking on the St. Patrick Shamrocks. Luca DeSanto here joining me alongside is Ryan Bird. Ryan, tell us a bit about both these ball teams.
So coming into this year, Lake Forest came off a great Tosh last year, obviously led by Tommy Aberle, who sadly is gone, or he has graduated now. He is not gone. He has graduated. And they have been able to get a win in their first round, which is kind of nice, losing their main player. But they obviously have Hudson Scroggins still, who is probably the second best player. He's still averaging 14 and 7. And on the other side for the Shamrocks, obviously Shamrocks are led by E.J. Breland, one of the probably best players in the state right now. He had over 25 points yesterday in St. Patrick's win. And also number 30, the fly-high Nevaeh Hawkins, who can just throw anything down if he's got some range. And then the senior forward, Casper Quela, he's back once again. He's been doing solid so far. In the first game, we didn't really see him too much. It was mostly just E.J. Breland, but I don't doubt that we'll see him a lot more the rest of the Tosh. And lastly, Dylan Mota is a big player. He's a rising sophomore who should not be overlooked. As the Shamrocks, I would say, have a decent chance to go far in the Tosh.
Absolutely.
They showed it last week.
Absolutely. These teams both will have a tough matchup as they will play the Bolingbrook Raiders last year. Next game here tomorrow at 5 p.m. And if you watched the last game, you know that Bolingbrook is the real deal. Davion Thompson having 33 points and going 8 for 11 from three-point range.
If St. Patrick does win that game, that E.J. Breland, Davion Thompson matchup will be legendary.
Two of maybe the best three-point shooters in the Tosh.
Yeah, maybe two of the best point guards in the state as well. So that'll be electric if St. Patrick's can get the win over the Lake Forest Scouts today. But obviously, Lake Forest can't count them out. They're a very scrappy team. They can obviously easily get this win if they can all put it together. But I would probably say St. Patrick's is the favorite going into this game.
Got to look out for Grant Mordini and Dominic Mordini, not brothers, but have very similar play styles, actually. Even though they differ and have a difference in height, kind of see some similarities drawn. You would think they're siblings. So tip-off just about underway here. And Ryan, who are you most, of an individual player, who are you most excited to watch?
I'm not sure. I would say E.J. Breland, but I did get to watch him last night. I wasn't on the call, but I did get to witness him in the stands. So I'll probably go for a Lake Forest player, and that'll probably be Hudson Scroggins. I haven't seen him play since last year, so I want to see what he can do now as the star player of this Lake Forest team.
You may remember the run that Scroggins went on with Lake Forest, making it all the way to the Consolation Championship, where they did come out victorious, and Hudson Scroggins, a huge part of that. Tip-off goes to the Shamrocks. E.J. Breland bringing it up now. He drops it down to Omar Ionovich. Favia up top. Now back to Ionovich. Breland, long three to start off the game. Can't hit it that time.
It's a good start. Breland just trying to feel out the game so far. Trying to find this range early in the game.
Cooper Kavanaugh in the corner now. Trying to go back up top. Trying to create. They're going to call a foul on the floor here. So St. Pat's will reset here. Breland again up top. Going inside. Back to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh, three-pointer. No. Rebounded and taken away by Hudson Scroggins. Scroggins gives this one to A.J. Adachikwu. Adachikwu going inside. Floater gives it up to Grant Mordini with a nice touch at the rim.
Yeah, Grant Mordini's height just is easily able to get him inside. It's going to be tough for St. Patrick's to stop him tonight.
E.J. Breland gives it to Ionovich. Breland up top. Trying to create space. Pulls up mid-range. Can't get it to go that time. Rebounded by Hudson Scrodgins. He's taking it the other way. And they're going to call a carry there. Picked up the ball in transition.
That's a call we don't really see these days. It's like the ball handling now in the NBA has really transcended, as I would say a lot of the way people ball handle now would be called carries maybe 15, 20 years ago.
Favia gives this one to Hawkins. Hawkins gives it back up top to Kavanaugh, now to Breland again. Breland going to his right. Favia going to his left inside now, picks up his dribble and his foul on the way up. They'll call it on the shot. And so he'll go to the line for 2. You know, and if you want to talk about coaching too, I mean, you got to look at Michael Bailey too. This is his 31st year as coach of St. Pat's. And he's been here for Tosh all 31 too.
Yeah, if you think of the legends of college basketball in Illinois, he's right up there. He's one of the best to ever coach high school basketball in Illinois, and I don't think anyone will argue that.
Favia up top. Gives it to Ionovich. Ionovich picks up, goes inside. Got it. Dominic Mordini gives it to Charlie Engelberg. Engelberg to Adachikwu. Corner shot here. Mordini gets it, Scrodgins gets it to go there.
Yeah, Scroggins really was one of the better shooters on that Lake Forest team last year. He's once again showing his range from 3.
Favia spinning, gets fouled there by Dominic Mordini. Grant Mordini standing at 6'10", Dominic Mordini standing at 6'4". Kavanaugh gives this one up to Breland. 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter, still 2-2. Breland going inside, dumps it down low. Hawkins can't get that one to go, loses it. Ionovich picks it back up. Breland up top again. Breland goes inside. And they're going to call another foul here on Lake Forest. This one again on the floor. Stephen Quach coming in along with Morris Neely here for the Shamrocks, as Ionovich will take a seat along with Kavanaugh. Quach gives this one to Neely. Neely back up top. Hawkins. Scouts bench trying to bring the energy. Breland going inside, fading. Tough shot. Oh, and it rims around and out.
An 0-for-3 start for E.J. Breland is something you do not see every day.
Dominic Mordini gives this one to Scroggins. Now to Engelberg, back to Scroggins. Chikwu. This one goes out of bounds and it'll stay with Lake Forest. Dominic Mordini gives this one to Scroggins up top. Scroggins gets this one stripped away though by Quach. Quach gives this one to Breland. Transition 3, got it!
There it is. That first shot from Breland really is, you're gonna see him start to pop off now. He's got his feel.
Dominic Mordini taking it up, gives it to Engelberg. Engelberg steps into a 3 of his own, rims around and out. See 2 of those, 1 for each team here. St. Pat's slowing things down here. Quach going inside. And a traveling violation is called.
Yeah, it looked like Quach just lost his footing there. Couldn't keep his 2 steps down. He was unable to get rid of the ball before that third step came down.
Luke Sawant freshly checked into the game here for the Scouts. Dominic Mordini. Down low pass, and Grant Mordini gets a nice feed there.
Yeah, when you got a tall guy like Grant Mordini in the post, it's not hard to find him. You just got to throw it up there, and he's got some hops too, so he's able to go up and grab it.
Breland up top with it, handling it on his own. Goes to his left, goes to his right, pulls up, can't get it to go. Mordini up top, swings this one into the corner. Nice touch there. Back up top, Mordini fakes, goes back outside, kicks out one more to Grant Mordini. Grant Mordini gives this one to Engelberg. Engelberg fakes, trying to find an outlet. 10 seconds left on the clock. This one goes up and out. Dominic Mordini with a turnover there. And the St. Pat's fans are loving it.
Well, there's some great zone defense by St. Pat's. Look like you have a guy open, and then the quickness from all these guards are just able to rotate over and just get in their face. No three-pointers allowed.
Kavanaugh gives this one to Nano. He's freshly checked into the game as well. Breland on an island. Foul called on Hawkins there.
Yeah, looks like they get a hold.
Oh, foul called, yeah, not on
Against
Hawkins, but there was, yeah, foul against Hawkins. Ryan, is this the start you were expecting here from EJ? I mean, I know there's only 5 points in this game, but I'm not just asking here, is this the start that you expected from EJ Breland, but is this the start you expected here for St. Pat's? Only 5 points, and we're almost 6 minutes into the game.
I mean, not at all. I mean, we saw EJ Breland with 20 himself in the first half last game. It's not like St. Patrick saw. But obviously Lake Forest's defense as well won them that consolation tournament last year. So obviously Coach Phil Lascala is still going to bring that same tough defense, and we're seeing it tonight.
Foul called on Kavanaugh as he was wrapped up there with Grant Mordini. 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Score now 7-6. Scouts lead. Sawant gives this one back to Mordini. Mordini steps into a three. No. Rebounded by Hawkins. And the Shamrocks are going to try and push here. Breland. Kavanaugh gives this one to Hawkins. Hawkins creating space. Breland fading away. Oh, and it's just out.
Yeah, most of these shots by EJ Breland that aren't going in are unlucky. A lot of rim outs for him.
Scroggins gives this one down low to Mordini, but it's foiled and taken away by Breland. Breland in transition. Tough move, can't get it. And there just seems to be a lid on the rim here for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just an unlucky shot after unlucky shot. None of the rolls and bounces are going in.
Someone up top for three. Rims around, no good. .32 seconds to go. 4-second difference in shot and game clock. St. Pat's cannot hold, but they can still take their time. Nano up top. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gives it to Breland. Breland creating. Breland. No.
3 seconds left on the game clock.
Last second shot. Mordini. No. So end of the first quarter, score 7-6. Very low scoring. And Ryan, what can both these teams do to have a higher scoring affair here in the second quarter.
I mean, honestly, there's not much else you can do. Both of them are getting good looks that just aren't falling. I definitely feel like they're going to be able to get some more confidence in and be able to hit some of those shots that weren't able to roll in the first half.
Seems to almost be a lid on the rim here. And we will see if either team can rebound here. Second quarter coming your way. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back here, start of the second quarter. Scouts will start with it. Dominic Mordini gives us one to Scroggins. Mordini gives us one in the corner to Charlie Markey. These are his first minutes of the game. Scroggins, three, offline. Rory Haas not able to come down with that rebound there for Lake Forest. And you can hear it getting loud in here, Ryan.
Absolutely. These St. Patrick's fans last game were even louder. Obviously, their team has not been putting up the same points as last game, so maybe that's what's got them a little quieter. But them, St. Patrick's and Metamora probably have the two most entertaining fans I've seen so far this tournament.
Notice E.J. Breland not in for St. Pat's right now to start the second quarter, as he is off to a cold start, only 3 points and having a rough shooting efficiency. Oh, and what a block down low for Grant Mordini.
Grant Mordini, that 6'10" height is going to come in handy whenever he really needs it to. They're rising up to get that block.
Scroggins gives this one in the corner to Haas. Haas gives this one back, and an easy bucket there for Dominic Mordini.
You can already see E.J. Breland coming back into the game.
Favia going around, can't get that one to go, but Ionovich is there for the putback.
I mean, Ionovich has arguably been the best player for St. Patrick's this game. I mean, you can't really, it's not really saying much with 8 points on the board through a quarter and a fourth.
Undoubtedly been the most consistent player for them. Ball being battled for in the corner. E.J. Breland and Kavanaugh coming back in here for St. Pat's. Meanwhile, for Lake Forest, Finn Graff getting ready to check in here and see the court for the first time. Charlie Markey up top, gives it to Scroggins. Scroggins has played all minutes here for Lake Forest, even though they've gone in their bench rotation. Dominic Mordini up top. Hudson Scroggins is fouled on the way up, and he will go to the line for two.
I don't know about that call. That looked like all ball. But the refs got better eyes than me, and they're closer, but so I'm not going to argue. And Scroggins is going to go to the line, try to make this a three-point game. First one is off. Rare miss from Scroggins at the free throw line. He has been a very consistent shooter from everywhere on the court for Lake Forest this year and last year. And the second one from Scroggins does go down the net.
E.J. Breland gives this one to Neely. He's back in the game as well. Neely trying to create here. Kavanaugh going inside, spinning back out. Doesn't have an answer right now. Kavanaugh trying to create, gives it up top. Breland
10 seconds on the shot clock. Breland's got to get something going.
He's on an island. He passes it back out to Favia in the corner. Almost loses it. Kavanaugh, got to shoot it. Can't get it to go for mid-range. Shot good there from Charlie Markey.
That's a huge three. First time this game was not within one score.
Lake Forest takes a 5-point lead now as Breland finds Ionovich down low again.
That's another big play from Ionovich. He's single-handedly keeping St. Patrick's in this game.
Mordini. .445 left here in the first half. Markey gives this one inside to Scroggins. Scroggins gets this one taken away by Breland, and now St. passes on a fast break. Breland steps back. No. Offensive rebound, though, by Favia. Favia goes up and gets it to go.
That is a huge rebound and bucket there just to cut the lead to 1. Favia able to stay with the ball and be able to really get St. Patrick's right back into this game.
Dominic Mordini bounces this over to Markey. Now back to Mordini. Finds Haas in the corner. Haas cannot nail it from 3. And Scroggins is being tied up by 2 Shamrocks right now.
We're finally going to see Nevaeh Hawkins come back into the game. He's been sitting for quite a while.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a close ball game also in the main gym right now where Lyons Township is taking on Wheaton North. Fade away, no good there. Excuse me, taking on Lake Zurich. It is 42-40, 33 seconds left there. Lyons Township trails by 2.
We'll be sure to keep you updated if anything crazy does happen.
Dominic Mordini gives this one now to Engelberg. Now back up top, Mordini, back to Engelberg. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Haas gives it back up top. Shot clock winding down, ball is taken away. Breland on the break. Breland gives this one up. And
I mean, it looks like Nevaeh Hawkins was looking for the lob. Breland just gave him a pass right to the chest, and Nevaeh Hawkins didn't know what to do with it.
Slight miscommunication there. Mordini grabs the offensive board, and Lake Forest has a chance to reset. Haas gives this one in the corner to Mordini. Ball being passed around up top. Ball traced down there by Haas, almost lost it and went out of bounds. Engelberg up top. Haas gives this in the corner. Mordini can't hit from 3.
Once again, another rebound by Favia. He's been all over the boards, only being 6'1".
Vince. Oh, and a 3 ball goes down for Kavanaugh.
There's the first lead for the Shamrocks tonight on a great find and a great 3 by Cooper Kavanaugh.
Haas in the up top gives it to Engelberg. Now to Mordini. Engelberg again up top. Haas. 10 seconds left on the clock. Engelberg in the corner now, trapped, gives it back up top. Haas with it. Haas gets it poked away, and St. Pat's forces another turnover. Here they go on the fast break. Breland found in the corner for 3. Breland can't get this one to go, and it's rebounded by Lake Forest. Going the other way now is Engelberg. Engelberg pushing, taking it coast to coast, and is fouled on the way up. And Engelberg will now go to the line for 2.
That was a hard block there by Hawkins. Not going to count on the score sheet as there was a foul before.
Second free throw, no good there. St. Pat's takes it the other way now. Neely. Minute and a half to go now. Breland up top with it. Lake Forest is playing some tight defense up top. Favia, not in Neely. Nano to Favia again. 6 seconds left on the clock. Breland on an island. Breland pulls up for three. Can't get that one to go either, and it has been a rough shooting night here in the first half for E.J. Breland. Dominic Mordini gives this one to Sawant. Now back to Mordini. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Sawant gives this one to Mordini. Sawant gives this one to Dominic Mordini. Dominic Mordini gives this one down low to Scroggins, and Scroggins scores. And Lake Forest retakes the lead 16-15 now with almost 30 seconds to go. Breland gives this one to Nano. Neely to Nano.
Shot clock winding down, now at 5.
Nano gives this one quickly to Ionovic. Ionovic gives this one to Breland, and he's not able to get the shot off in time. What incredible tight defense played there by Lake Forest.
Yeah, just absolutely shut down everywhere. No way to get a shot off. Now 3.2 seconds for the Scouts to try to get a decent look before half.
Ball's going to be hoisted up here by Sawant from half court. And he just barely misses it.
Still don't think we've seen a half-court shot in the Tosh this year.
I don't think, no, we have not.
Obviously, we've seen our fair share over the past 2 years, but nothing this year. We're still looking for it. And I don't doubt it'll happen before the end of the tournament.
So with that, we will step aside going to halftime. You are watching York Sports Network. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you back here to the second half here of Lake Forest versus St. Pat's. Both teams with a low-scoring first half, only 16 for Lake Forest and 15 for St. Pat's. St. Pat's has got to tap into E.J. Breland here if they want to stay alive here and still be championship contenders here at the Jack Tosh, as Mordini's three is off the mark. Breland gives this one to Favia. Favia gets called for gets a block called.
It looked like a charge there.
Yeah.
Fans definitely wanted one too.
Feet look planted to me. Breland up top, gives this one to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh, long three, no good. Ball being battled for here. Dominic Mordini comes down with the rebound, though. Grant Mordini gets it to the corner to Adachikwu, but there's a foul on the floor before play continues. 7 minutes, 17 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Quick two is good there. Scroggins off the inbound. 18-15 now.
St. Patrick's really got to do something with E.J. Breland here if they want to win this game.
Here goes Breland. He passes it to Favia. Favia going inside, trying to create separation. Gives this one in the corner to Quach. Quach gives this one back to Favia. His three, no good. And the Scouts are going to take it the other way now. Mordini gets this one down low. Mordini gives this one again down low to Hudson Scroggins, who is up to 10 points, and a timeout is called by Lake Forest. 20-15 is your score, and they have now assumed a 5-point lead.
Just like that, Lake Forest once again has a 2-score lead.
We will go ahead, yeah.
I was just going to say that is huge for this type of game where there's no offensive production, really. So if you have a 2-score lead, that is absolutely absolutely huge, because it's going to be so hard to come back from that, even as a St. Patrick's team with E.J. Breland and Nevaeh Hawkins. It's going to be tough. But yeah, we are going to go to break as timeout is imminent, and we will return as soon as it's over.
Welcome you back here during the timeout. And the St. Pat's section is holding strong here, trying to keep the team rallying here. And there is a lot of shamrock green here in the South Gym here at York High School. 6:41 to go here in the third quarter. Breland taking this one up for St. Pat's. Quach gives this one to Favia. Favia going to his left, picks up his dribble, gives it back outside to Ionovich. Quach again up top. Favia trying to use some footwork here. Gives it to Ionovich. Ionovich goes inside for a tough two-pointer going through traffic.
Once again, another impressive finish by Ionovich. He really just has been the glue guy for the St. Patrick Shamrocks today.
Dominic Mordini gives this one to Charlie Markey. Markey gives this one down low to Scroggins, and Scroggins is fouled on the way up, and he will return to the line for a pair again.
That was a heavy foul, too. I wouldn't be surprised if he's dazed coming to the line.
Second free throw, no good there. And the ball is stripped away there by Ionovich. He's on a fast break.
Nevaeh Hawkins, just great defense there, trying to turn it into good offense. Scroggins is going to foul to keep the momentum on their side. into the game comes Engelberg, and out goes Markey.
Breland up top, gives it to Hawkins. Favia. Favia going inside. Favia can't get that one to fall. Mordini spins. Gives this one to Engelberg. Engelberg shoves this into the corner on a Chikwu, and he is blocked. And that shot is sent away by Nevaeh Hawkins.
There's the athleticism I was talking about pregame from Nevaeh Hawkins. He is able to get up and swat anything away.
Five minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Ball is inbounded in the backcourt to Scroggins. Mordini back to Scroggins. He's being doubled by Breland. Three, Mordini, got it! And Breland is gonna try and respond now. EJ Breland going inside, mid-range, tough shot, can't get it to go.
If Breland wants to get back into this game, he's gotta find a better shot to start it off.
Chikwu gives us one up top. Three off the mark again. And a foul call down low on St. Pat's. And you're talking about Breland having to get going. He was 1 for 11 from the field in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do about that. If you're missing, you're missing. But you cannot be taking heat checks to try to get yourself off a cold streak.
Absolutely. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to go here in the third. Scouts have a chance to expand on their 7-point lead that they've accumulated now. Sawant gives this one over. Back over to Sawant. Favia going the other way now. Four and a half to go. Favia trying to create, fakes. Ionovich gets it down low and gives it again to Hawkins.
Hawkins is the other guy besides EJ Breland that needs to get involved if St. Patrick's wants to come back into this game.
Mordini slowing it down, gives it to Sawant. Now back up top to Mordini. He gives it to the corner to Scroggins. Engelberg, this one back out. Scroggins trying to go inside, gets it stripped. Scouts recover. Scroggins gets it to go down low. Hudson Scroggins. And now they are back up to a 7-point lead. E.J. Breland bringing up the ball for the Shamrocks. Breland gives this one to Ionovich. Favia on his own. Favia goes to his left and finds a wide open lane and gets two.
That was an absolutely beautiful finish right there from Favia. Sees the mismatch. They're trying to switch it back, and he just cuts right to the paint and is able to finish beautifully with the left.
With that, we will go to a short break here. You are watching York Sports Network. Welcome back here. A 5-point lead now for the Lake Forest Scouts as they control the ball now. Graff going inside and an offensive foul called on Graff. Ball turned over now. Breland with it. Receives a screen up top. Not a Quach. Neely creating. Can't get it to go. Marquis taking it the other way, gives it to Mordini. Mordini shovels it to the corner. Engelberg back up top now. Scroggins, mid-range. Got it! Hudson Scroggins again. He's up to 15 now. And he has more than half of his team's points.
Scroggins is
Favia
doing everything he can to try to fill that Tom Everly spot, and he's doing really well tonight.
Dominic Mordini gives this one to Engelberg. Engelberg drops it to Graf. Graf loses it again. Ball being skirmished for. Neely had it last, and it will be St. Pat's ball. 2:15 left. Breland bringing it up now for the Shamrocks. They trail by 7 now. Breland gives this one now. Passed around. Hawkins up top. He spins. He goes inside. Hawkins. And he is fouled on his way up and will go to the line.
That was a tough move there by Hawkins to get into the paint and draw the contact. Obviously one of the most athletic kids in the Tosh this year. He's able to rise up. Can't finish, but does get the foul. Able to cut it to a 5-point lead if he's able to hit his 2 free throws.
Breland, Quach, and Hawkins having a discussion here. Seems to be a miscommunication on the game plan. First free throw is up and good.
Second free throw from Hawkins. That one will go down. Down to a 5-point game. And Bats is right back in it.
Tough press being played here by St. Pat's. Mordini up top.
Looks like it's going to be a foul against St. Pat's. It looks like we'll go against Neely. It's going to be his first of the game.
28-23 your score. 1:45 to go in the third quarter. A defensive battle for sure. Both teams not completely able to fire on offense, but Hudson Scroggins been an absolute standout here for Lake Forest. He has it up top now. Swings it into the corner to Marquis. Marquis back up top to Scroggins, and he is fouled by Neely while he was driving inside. And that is their 5th foul. So Scroggins goes to the line now for 2. They are in the bonus. First free throw goes down.
That's usually Scroggins. You see a lights out shooter from the free throw line.
Scroggins' second free throw is good. Favia taking it up now. Minute and a half to go. Less than. Breland gets it. Goes to his right. Trying to create. Breland pulls up. Can't get it to fall again. Engelberg gets it down low to Mordini. Mordini gives this one back up top. Now Engelberg goes inside. Engelberg spins, and he is called for a travel. Didn't plant his pivot foot. Breland taking it up now for St. Pat's. Less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Hawkins loses it, and ball being battled for.
Lake Forest ball on the possession arrow.
.44 seconds left here in the third, and Lake Forest still is up by 7. Engelberg trapped in the backcourt, trying to get across. Time running down. Finally get it across to Scroggins. They break the press. Mordini up top. 7-second difference in shot and game clock. Mordini fakes the pass, gives it to Scroggins. He's being doubled now. Mordini.
Shot clock down to 5.
Engelberg, they gotta go. Gets the shot off, can't get it to go, rims out. And now there's 5 seconds and counting. Favia turns this one over. Mordini is fouled.
Wow, that's an awful foul. Sending the line with a second left.
Wow. And yes, they are in the bonus, so now 2 free throws incoming for Dominic Mordini with a chance to extend this 7-point lead. And if you're St. Pat's, this is not what you're expecting. Mordini's first free throw is good. It is now an 8-point game. 0.6 seconds left here in the third quarter. Dominic Mordini's second free throw is good. Last second shot, heave. Ooh, it's just up there. That might have been the closest one we've seen.
Looks like the closest one, almost.
And St. Pat's could use this as they are really struggling from outside, Ryan.
Oh, yeah. They've made a limited amount of threes, if they've even made one. I'm not completely sure they made one today. But, yeah, whatever it is, the offense just is not working for St. Pat's. They got to switch something up before the end of the fourth quarter.
A rough night from beyond the arc for a prolific shooting team. We will step aside. Fourth quarter coming your way. You're watching York Sports Network. We welcome you back here. Start of the fourth quarter underway. Favia set to inbound here, and they need to make some noise and somehow find a way to get Breland going here. Breland has it up top. This is Tajonovic. Hawkins. Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh in the corner to Favia. Favia going inside. Tajonovic gives it back to Breland up top. Breland trying to create separation. Goes up, tough layup, got it to go. And E.J. Breland has scored for the first time since the first quarter. and St. Pat's needs to get him going, Ryan.
Absolutely. That's probably their only way they win this game. Is they're down already 7 with 7 minutes to go.
Mordini gives this one, or he gets this one back up top. Thought about shooting it. Instead, gives it down low, and Grant Mordini is not able to convert, but Hudson Scroggins is there for an offensive rebound and putback. He is up to 19 points tonight. 34-25 your score. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. Black. Kevin up top gives it to Favia. Favia going around, goes inside.
Big time rebound there by Scroggins.
Dominic Mordini gives this one back to Scroggins. Scroggins. This one to Engelberg. Engelberg back up to Scroggins. Mordini. Scroggins down low, got it! 21 for Hudson Scroggins, and what a return. Breland, he needs to answer. Breland, pull up 3, no.
Still, Breland just can't find his form right now. You can see it on his face, he is not liking the way he's playing.
Scroggins bounces this one over to Mordini. Grant Mordini up top. Bounces it back to Scroggins. 13 seconds left on the clock. Grant Mordini goes inside. Is it down low to Dominic Mordini? He has to throw this one away. Engelberg fakes, shoots it. No. And ball will stay with Lake Forest.
That's a huge decision. 1 second on the shot clock there.
11-point lead now for Lake Forest, and they are really pulling away with this one as Anthony Favio will take a seat now.
And with the rule for the Tosh, the shot clock completely resets after the ball hits the rim. So Lake Forest is going to have a fresh 35 to work with.
Offensive rebounds do not go to 14 or go to half or anything like it does in the NBA. It resets completely. Marquis gives this one to Engelberg. Engelberg trapped up top. Gives it to Scroggins. Scroggins back to Engelberg. Drive inside here. Scroggins again, and one, Hudson Scroggins.
My gosh. Hudson Scroggins is having himself a night, single-handedly carrying the Lake Forest Scouts to this win. If they can just hold on for 5 minutes and 11 seconds, Lake Forest will be moving on to the Elite Eight.
Hudson Scroggins has 23 points. The rest of the team has 15. That is an absurd clip. And he converts. Now it's 24.
And with that free throw, he is 1 point away from matching the St. Patrick's score. That's how impressive this game is tonight from Hudson Scroggins.
And this game is just looking more and more impossible as they are now behind by 14. And this was, again, a highly favored team going into this matchup. all with big expectations for E.J. Breland, and he has not been able to answer thus far.
We've seen crazier things happen than a 14-point comeback in 5 minutes, but the way St. Patrick's is playing does not look like it's going to happen.
Got to get something to go, but they still have time to make a rally. Breland up top. He needs to answer. Loses it. And a foul is called on the floor.
And honestly, I know we were both talking about how bad those Breland shots are when he was trying to get back into rhythm. I think he needs to take one of those and see one go in, and that is going to give not even him, just the whole team confidence that they can make this comeback.
Usually with Breland's normal performances, no shot is particularly a bad shot. It's like Steph Curry. There's no particularly bad shot because he makes a lot of them because he is such a prolific three-point shooter, but there seems to be a bad shot today with how he's shooting.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw him shoot double-teamed three-point shots and not even bat an eye. And tonight, if he's even a little bit contested, it looks a little sus.
Hawkins is blocked inside. And St. Pat's will keep the ball. 4:40 left here in the game. Favia inbounds here to Hawkins up top. Favia spinning, goes back outside. Hawkins fading, can't get it to go. Hawkins gets it back though off a great feed. He shoots it, can't make it. Another offensive rebound here for St. Pat's. They're trying to keep it alive. Favia fakes, goes inside, tough move, and it just goes off the lip of the rim.
And you need a shot there. 3 offensive rebounds and no makes. That's just devastating.
Scroggins going inside quick in transition, and he is fouled on his way up.
Scroggins now has a chance to overtake the St. Patrick's score single-handedly right here. That also is Cooper Kavanaugh's 4th foul, so 1 away from fouling out of the game. He's got to watch himself.
First free throw is good. And in comes Finn Graff as Grant Mordini will take a seat. 4 minutes to go.
That's probably Lake Forest is probably trying to prevent the 3 ball, because that's probably the easiest way to get back into this game.
Second free throw is good.
Putting in some more perimeter defenders and taking out their big men.
Hudson Scroggins has 26 points, while St. Pat's as a team has 25. Kavanaugh gives this one to Breland. Breland creating space. He goes inside. Can't get it to go.
Once again, that's a shot that we would like from E.J. Breland. A tough finish at the rim. Just not falling tonight for him.
Scouts could take their time here. They could chew clock if they'd like to. They have a 16-point lead now. Engelberg gives this one to Scroggins. Scroggins, a 3. No, he can't get that one to fall.
And you can see it in that shot from Scroggins is winded.
Kavanaugh, deep one. Rims around and goes out. Engelberg goes quick, in transition, fakes, gives it down low. Graff gets it blocked. And St. Pat's is trying to keep it in bounds here, while Graff is trying to fight for it. Neely and Graff in a dogfight, a little scuffle here.
Wow, that's surprising. I think they just gave Neely a tech.
Wow.
After he got pushed first.
Contentious game here. St. Pat's fans not loving that call there.
I mean, we got to give a shout out to Neely. He was, on that other possession, he had 2 offensive rebounds and had a block right there, and then it was able to get the rebound and hold on to it out of reach. And he's doing all this at 5'10".
Coach Bailey looking for
impressive.
Yeah, Coach Bailey looking for an explanation here.
And if they do give Neely a tech and don't give Lake Forest a tech, this is really going to be something for the fans to. I wouldn't argue with them if they got mad about that. Because Neely absolutely got pushed first, and he was just responding, trying to defend himself.
offsetting technical fouls here. So one goes to Wake Forest, one goes to St. Pat's after that skirmish there that happened down low.
Both players should not have even touched the other one. So it's basketball, it gets a little physical.
So offsetting penalties here. Lake Forest will keep it. And they also keep their 16-point lead, and they can expand on it here. Dominic Mordini inbounds it to Scroggins in the backcourt.
And the fresh 35 seconds is gonna hurt every single second it ticks down for St. Patrick's.
Mid-range shot goes down there for Dominic Mordini.
Dominic Mordini may have just iced this game, putting him up 18 with 2:45 left.
Michael Bailey will call a timeout here, and we'll see what they could do to respond. You are watching York Sports Network. Favia taking it up now for St. Pat's. They're going to have to respond big time here. Breland 3 cannot connect again.
Just the story of the game. Breland missed 3 after Breland missed 3. That's explaining St. Patrick's sub-30-point performance here tonight.
Dominic Mordini bounces this one over to Engelberg. They're playing keep away. They're going to try and chew clock here. St. Pat's looks to be waving the white flag. They're going to put in some reserves. Scroggins goes up again, and that's another 2 points there for Hudson Scroggins, up to 28 on the night, and he is on watch for 30.
There's a long earned 30-point lead for the Scouts.
We'll see if Phil Lascala elects to keep him in for the remainder of the game. And an offensive foul called there.
St. Patrick's going to get anything going in their favor.
19-point lead now for the Scouts.
Yeah, it looks like St. Patrick's just about is giving up as they sub out their 3 best players.
Breland, Hawkins, and Kavanaugh all sit. And that is it. And a rough outing for Breland especially.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'd say a rough outing for the entirety of the St. Patrick's team, maybe besides Janovich and Neely. Those are the only 2 I really saw came to play today.
Scroggins saves the ball here. Gives it back outside. Minute and a half to go. Dominic Mordini. This is one in the corner now, down low to Scroggins. He goes up, spins, oh, and he can't get that one to go. Mordini tried to get the offensive board.
You can tell the Lake Forest coach and Scroggins both want that 30-point performance.
Scroggins holds in the backcourt. Minute to go now.
He's doing everything he can to try to earn that last 2 points.
Mordini is fouled up top.
That is the 4th foul on St. Patrick, so 1 more and it'll send it along.
St. Pat's only with 25.
I guess it is the 5th foul.
Yeah. St. Pat's with only 25 points tonight. A team that prides itself on their offense, Ryan. One of the best and most renowned in the state, run by Michael Bailey.
And also their defense has been amazing this season too, and they're letting someone jump 30 on them. Like, that is not normal for the St. Patrick's team, offensively or defensively. It's just been an awful performance.
Dominic Mordini makes his first free throw. And the starters will sub out. Hudson Scroggins finishes with 28 points tonight. An incredible performance from him. Mordini's second free throw is good. 46-25 now. And with this, Lake Forest will be facing the Bolingbrook Raiders tomorrow, and that will be a test.
Yeah, absolutely. The Bolingbrook is the favorite to win the Jack Tosh tournament. I've seen them blow both the teams out that they've played so far. Lake Forest is going to try to be the first team in the Tosh not to get blown out by the Bolingbrook Raiders.
Ball is stolen and taken away by Whiteside. Whiteside fakes, goes inside, and the bench is loving it.
Very clean fake there, a little Euro step with the finish.
Favia up top, goes to his right, kicks it back out. 3-ball Quatch, can't get it to go, air ball.
That about sums up the night for St. Patrick's right now with an air ball.
Burt Cons gives this one, or gets this one back up top. Whiteside.
And they're just going to hold the ball here. And the time ticks down, 1-0.
And Lake Forest has just shocked St. Pat's and the entire Jack Tosh as they will now advance in the champions bracket to face the Bolingbrook Raiders. St. Pat's will be set down early.
Yeah, this is nothing like we were expecting tonight. I mean, St. Patrick's coming in 10-1. They were one of the best teams in the Tosh, and losing the second round was definitely not on their mind. But the game unfolds how the game unfolds. Lake Forest ends 49-25. And we will see you tomorrow for Lake Forest's attempted run into the winners bracket. This has been York Sports Network. I've been Ryan Bird, with me Luca DeSanto, signing out.
Joined here by Hudson Scroggins. Hudson, an incredible game tonight. I think the stat that speaks to your game the most was points from St. Pat's 25, points from you individually 28. So a great offensive performance for you, but a great defensive performance from your team all around. Talk a bit about your performance first.
We did a great job of getting the ball inside, getting it to me, and then my teammates just did a great job rebounding, cutting, finding me, like flashing the ball. I mean, it was a great defensive day from everyone, great offensive day for everyone. We improved a lot today.
You guys are advancing now in the champions bracket. You have a tough round coming up. Talk a bit about that strategy going into it.
I know Bolingbrook's a really, really good team, but I think we always have a chance. But I'm really excited to play them. I know they got a lot of good players.
All right, thank you, Hudson. Incredible performance. You too. From York Sports Network, I'm Luca DeSanto signing off. Have a great night, Dukes.